By the way, bravo for the journey that you've been on. You've come a long way. Let's get ready for the next part of the journey. Queens and kings, welcome to How to Improve Your Mental Health Part 14. And in today's video, we're talking about being kinder to yourself. One way you can show kindness to someone else is to hit that like button for the video, and while you're here, hit that subscribe and join the OneUp community and never miss a video. Ever since I started this series of videos, I've been talking about things which, when put together, can help us all improve our mental health, and it's likely that I've pointed out some things along the way which you're not doing. I wanted to point out that nobody is perfect. I wanted to point out that everything I'm speaking about, I've experienced. Everything along this journey that I'm talking about, I've done. Nobody is perfect. I have been such a flawed human being, and you come to a point when you do this healing journey that I've been on, when you look deeply at your intentions about why you do what you do, there will be a lot of feelings inside you which are negative. You can't help but feel guilt. You won't be able to help feel some regret, and that's why we need to practice being kinder to ourselves. On so many levels, we need to be kinder to ourselves. The mistakes that we've made along the way, those mistakes have helped shape us into being who we are today. How to be kinder to yourself with your mistakes is understand that when you've made those mistakes, they've brought you to where you are today. You might not necessarily want to be where you are today, but it's a very, very liberating feeling to understand and appreciate that you are exactly where you're supposed to be today. According to the universe's plan, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So if anything, those mistakes have brought you to where you're supposed to be. So for that, you can forgive yourself for those mistakes. Be kinder to yourself. Forgive yourself. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I've learned something from them, and I'm going to continue to make mistakes along the way. But what I've got to do is I've got to learn to forgive myself for these mistakes. I'm going to be kinder to myself. Along the way, when I've realized that my intentions weren't always the best, I was doing things with an ulterior motive, I've got to forgive myself for that. I've got to learn to forgive myself for that and just be better in the future. Another way for me to be kinder to myself is not to put myself in the situation of having to feel that guilt of doing something for the wrong reason in the future, doing something that's not from a place of love. Another thing that I need to stop doing is comparing my life to other people's. My journey is my journey. My circumstances have been my circumstances. My feelings, my emotions, my thoughts, my actions, they've all been mine. They've not always been the best representation of myself, but they don't always tell the full picture. So I need to stop comparing my life with other people's. I need to be kinder to myself. Being kinder to yourself starts with just being nicer to yourself, practicing self-care, going back to the basics. A massive area of kindness to yourself is your self-talk. Self-talk comes up a lot. When you say hurtful words to yourself, on some level you still receive that communication. Even if it's being said by you, you still hear those words. They still communicate themselves to your brain. Life is tough. Life is hard. You don't need to be harder on yourself. Be kinder to your mind, be kinder to your body, and be kinder to your soul. When you are kind to yourself, you'll find it a lot easier to be kinder to other people. Other people can learn to be kind through you. The people in control of this world are not kind to us, so the very least we can do is be kind to ourselves, and then from there, learn to be kind to others. But it's on us. This healing journey is one of discovery. On a healing journey, if you do the shadow work and you're really honest with yourself, honest enough to say that you've been living up to this alter ego of yourself rather than being who you're supposed to be, it's at that moment, it's in those darkest moments when you need to be kindest to yourself. Those are the big moments that are going to define what goes on for the rest of your life, because learning those things about ourselves is not pleasant. Those discoveries that we make on ourselves, that's why it's called shadow